Ba-dum. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-dum. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Yeah, something along those lines. Good day. Hello. Time appropriate words that express gratitude and excitement and other such things. Hello. Welcome to this once again. Yeah, this is episode 11 at this point of the PrusABlok, Prusa Mini, the PrusABlok Mini, Prusa Mini, Prusa Printer Block 3D printed 3D printer printer. Yes. I can see that we have got one 3DP professor, also known as that there Joe Larson of the Printer Blocks, and a Cragord, the other Doug. Not the other Doug, the Doug. Cragord, a Doug. I am a Doug. Cragord's a Doug. This is a bumbling British. I can't think of another word beginning with B that's polite for the public. But hey, welcome. So, we've had two non-PrusABlok specific streams, and I did have a nice sentence of everything to say, but it is warm, to say the least, in this garage. Not as warm as what you're experiencing, Cragord, but it is warm nonetheless. So, drink, because apparently it's good for you, although 100% of people that have consumed dihydrogen monoxide, yeah, something along statistics. So have a drink. We'll get started with a drink and showing a box. This box. And in this box are, in theory, all the parts that we need for the PrusABlok. But before we can do anything with these, this thing needs to come to pieces. Because it has to. That's the rules. That's the rules. It has to come apart because, you know, we followed Cragord's advice at the outset of the series. We built it. That is not a lot. No, it's really not a lot. It's 29 total pieces that I had to customize in some way, shape, or form in total. It's actually 31 pieces, I believe. Yeah, 31 pieces. So it's less than a kilo. It's less than a kilo of filament, and I'm down for that because, you know, spool ends. Well, it's not quite a spool end, but you know, an end of a spool, some filament samples for the smaller pieces, and yeah, hit it with a hammer. SpaceX style of taking stuff apart. Well, what can I say? As we all know, I have got my hammer. I've got the hammer. I've got the hammer. And I guess that's it. We just need to dismantle the Prusa Mini now, and away we go. It's really weird. I'm down for this because, you know, it's nope, not that one. This one. Get the camera in the right place. Nope, not that camera. I didn't move the top-down camera, so I guess let's return to standing up. return to the stand-up. Get the camera ready, that I should have had ready before we started, but what can you do? Oh wait, be ready for streaming. That's what you can do, Doug. Make sure that we get the right... I'm sorry. I forgot that I would need this one. Do a bit of that, rotate it round, get it in roughly the right place. And let's see how good of a guess I did. Nope. Move the cable out of the way. Bit more. Bit less. And then I can turn that off. And the desk is a mess. If your desk is a mess, let's do a call to action. You ready? If your desk is a mess, hit the like button. Right. I am organized, honest. I am. Don't do me like that. Don't attack me, because, you know, your desk is a mess too. All the random things that you've printed over the course of a couple of weeks and not tidied up, and you've been swamped by doing one thing and then suddenly, oh wait, I'm supposed to be on a video call for work or something. I don't know. Only one like. I have several messy desks. How can we get around that? You can go to Twitter and like the tweet. That might work. You could repost it. You could something. This is. There we. Oh no! Shouldn't have moved it as much as I did. No, that would show my belly. And then. Oh wait, is that upside down for you? Have I always had it upside down? I don't think I've always had it upside down. But I don't think I've changed the camera. Because it's been like a week or 3 weeks since I've used the top-down camera. So then, we're just looking at your desk from the other side. That is a good point. You are in my workshop after all. Right. In terms of thinking, I've not done that. So, I suspect it's going to be a case of I can't do the build guide side right now. We just need to validate that it works. In which case, let's go easy. Let's take the x-axis off and build the x-axis out of PrusABlok. So let's get the pieces for the x-axis. The x-axis consists of a carriagey piece, carriage-looking piece, and then somewhere in the box is another carriage-looking piece, or there should be. There it is, in a nice red. So 2 carriage-looking pieces. We then get the extruder pieces and the extruder arm. And then it's the end cap for the x-axis. So there we go. X-axis. Let's start with that. Ooh, Herzl. Hello. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Hi, Herzl. Oh, wait. Hi, Herzl. That hurts. Okay. So, x-axis. Let's tackle the x-axis. Because while it would be really fun, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it would be really fun to take it to its base parts back in the Prusa box. Actually, no, I'm going to ask you. What would you enjoy more? A complete teardown, put it all back in the box, do the build guide in reverse, or whatever this is. whatever this is, like take apart an axis, put it together, get it ready, move on. Because I'm leaning towards this. Because that way, minimum effort, get it printing as soon as. All right. All right. In that case, let's take. I'd do partial conversions so that you see what works and what doesn't. That way we can also validate any parts that might need a tweak and reprint. So let's start by taking out the extruder. Let's see if that camera is going to be in roughly the right place. Live cam. So top down. Sitting top down. I don't know which one it is. This one. There we go. Right. Yes, I did unload the filament. Because while I'm silly, I'm not daft. Wait, yeah. I'm silly, not daft. Or I'm daft, not silly. I don't remember which way around it is. Haha. Ooh, wait a minute. What's this? Lamar. Viduko, you reposted. Haha, thank you. How is everybody today? I'll do partial conversion so you can see. Yeah. How is everyone doing today then? And if I'm going too fast, let me know. Although, Joe did just say get it printing as fast as possible. Which, as fast as possible, means we get to do the extruder first. How do we take this apart? We get this one, which is this lock nut. Happy to help out. Thank you. It is greatly appreciated. Wait, where's my Allen keys? Nope, let's use the Wham Bam filament rammer stick. Why don't I do this and actually take it off? Because I need to do that anyway. I should have said as fast as reasonable. Don't be hasty. Okay, I won't be hasty. I'm equally as excited as you. As equally excited at the prospect of this actually working and not falling apart the moment it homes. Where are some side cutters? Because we've got a set of zip ties to deal with. So there's one. I am not going to try and recover zip ties. Prusa sent a lot of zip ties in the kit. And I'd rather not make a mistake trying to recycle them. Recycle? Preserve them. What? Zopstrops. Ah, sorry, yes. Because I assume that that is a brand, so ratcheting cable tidies or cable restraints. Ratcheting cable restraints. There you go. That sounds like a generic term, right? Ratcheting cable restraints? Yeah. Right. There is a... What's the expression I'm looking for here? No hammer yet. No, we don't need it. No hammer yet because we don't need it, which is all good. USB stick. Let's not lose the USB stick. I think I heard Zopstroms on a loading ready run video. That is something I need to watch more of. I believe you did share a few in your Discord from a while back, but it's been a long time. It's been a very long time. Extrude a cable. Sorry. Hey, look. A wizard fish. I still... These, the 3D scanned balloon animals, Joe, are still great. They are still great. Because just the fact that you modeled a balloon animal and then used a 3D scanner to then bring it in to then tidy up the mesh and then make it printable. I love it. I really do. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Not hang on to that, but yeah, this is going to be a proper test of if adding any thickness to stuff, in the case of the extruder, has messed it up. I think you and I are the only people who liked the balloon. Well, I don't get that, though, because balloon animals are a universal thing. Maybe people just didn't... You know, maybe people just don't appreciate art. God, that feels... I don't know what expression I want to use there. Not elitist, but along those lines. Yeah. No, they're a miss. It's one that doesn't make sense to me. Like, wow, really? All this printer has realistically done... Can I plug it in to find out how many hours? But that's basically nothing, and there's all that filth built up. What on earth? And I've not printed black filament. This is just like dry grease or something. There's no debris. That's crazy. That is crazy. I wonder if they put too much lubricant on and it's just leaching out. Maybe. That is entirely possible. Entirely possible. Screw extraction. You didn't see that. It's just put it on, pull it out. It's the opposite of what you do when you're putting it on in the first place. Push out the bearing from the back. Don't push on the face. Push on the edges, because you don't want to accidentally dent it. Are there any trapped screws in here? No. That's good. Okay. I did reprint the arm, but I didn't modify the arm. Nah, let's use it. Let's use it. It's one of the things that we printed on the PrusABlok printer itself, so let's use it. Let's try and get this screw out. On the PrusABlok, sorry. That is a I was not expecting my hands to get this filthy in the teardown, but I'm okay with that. Come on. There. Now we can actually differentiate this piece as well, because it's green. So, yes, as I was saying before I distracted myself, I am the RoboPad build. That the block cleaner upper. I've been looking at what am I trying to say? I've been trying to work out if it makes more sense to just go ahead and buy like a 30mm wide GT2 belt and use that, or if we should attempt to print the belt, the belts that we are using for traction ourselves. Because then it's like a case of, well, 95A TPU is probably too hard and wouldn't necessarily work very well. Or do you have TPU? I don't have TPU at the moment, but I can get TPU to try and print these belts for traction, because it's of all the words to use, they are drive belts, you know. They're the things that reach the floor. Actually, I do have a little bit of TPU. Not a lot, but I do have some. Oh, this one's not coming out. Okay. The advantage of printing them yourself is you can play with traction patterns on them. I wonder if anyone has tried rubber tank treads. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking to do. Because while initially the idea of doing tracks seemed like fun, we started to look at it and it just wasn't. I don't have the brain for that, to put it bluntly. I don't have the willpower. Well, I say the willpower. I don't have the whole capacity to figure out gear spacing. So that's why we settled on. I wonder if you could put nubs inside, on the inside of the drive belt. Yes. So this is why I was thinking of a 35mm wide GT2 belt, because that way you get to just use GT2 pulleys, or just print giant GT2 pulleys to be your drive system. Okay. How? I need to pull up the manual. Let's pull up the Prusa manual. I should have paid attention when I built this the first time round. Right. X-axis and extruder I will screen share in a moment. In fact, this window capture. Okay. Bring this back to full screen so that I can get the sizing done correctly. No, this one. And then bring it this one, and then not this window, make it bigger, and then move this over. And then we transition. There we are. But yes, essentially just putting the teeth in of a GT2 belt. And then I can print however big a closed loop I need. The concern would be how much stretch there would be on like a 80 or a 70 or 80A filament, because that's the typical shore hardness of a tire from the reading that I've done today. Extruder. Yep, assembling the motor, front parts. So 3 screws and one of the bearings. I don't have the right camera. So 3 nuts and a bearing. Okay. So we get top nut, squish. Another nut goes here. Top nut. Pull you in. Nope. I need a different size screw for that. Too small. Too small, too long. Too small. Let's use something to bulk one up and see if we can do it that way. Yes, yes we can. As my hands migrate off camera. Thursday nights on BBC Two. It's nuts and a bearing. 3 nuts and a bearing. Oh wait, I've not printed this bit. So it's 32 parts because I've not printed the flap. Silly me. Yeah. Squidge. Nope. My hands keep migrating. I'm trying not to let them migrate, but they are. And then I keep going quiet. And I'm very cognizant that I keep going quiet because, yeah, it's really entertaining. Nope, that is not lining up properly. Right, well that's in anyway. And then the last nut goes here. So let's get that. Squish it. Don't hurt yourself, Doug, because that's silly. use a spacer. Spacers. Good old Ivan Miranda. Spacers. Okay. Right. There's the first bit. Next, bearing. Flippity-doo. Flippity squidge. Squidge. Done. Next, get the other bit. I can't do that because it's attached. So there we go. Where's the other bit? Oh, it's blue. I was looking for it in orange. So that it's a nylock nut which goes here. Nylock. Oh, wait. Nylock goes here? Yes. So we've got the Bowden tube holder thing threads top right corner. We've got our nylock nut, which goes just below it. So there's that. The regular bearing goes on the front face in its standard place, so that's all good. So we don't need... It isn't hammer time, no. No, Craiglord, it's not hammer time yet. I'm hoping that we don't need the hammer at all. That would be funny. And then the bearing goes in the back, I think. Yes. Insert the bearing into the back. How good, ooh, clicky, are the tolerances on this Prusa Mini? Do you know what? I did 0 calibration on this Prusa Mini, right? And that went in. Like, no issues with that. Does it thread in? Let's take the... It will do, with a bit of persuasion. So yes. Yes, it does. We increased the depth of this part, so it needs to... Well, we need to make sure. We've done that bit. Spring, whatever. Gear, whatever. PTFE tube. Get the right one. There. I have no idea. Follow the instructions, Doug. That way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. I think it was tighter. Prusas are the original set it and forget it machines. Yes, they are. I think that was a tighter than it was stock. Yes, it was tighter than it was stock. I can read, honest. I say I've been at work for 12 hours today, so I am a bit on the loopy side. So what bit am I looking for? That to that, yeah? That to that. And then the cable comes out the bottom corner. There we go. Right, got it. So it may take me a second or 5 to work out what it is that I'm actually doing. So let's get this tightened, secure both parts. Yep. There we go, there we go. That is not tightening down. Oh wait, it was. Ah, silly me. Okay. I wish that I had a bit more space for you guys to see things. Or that I had the top down properly with the live cam so that you could still see stuff. I may need to make that shot. You are good. Thank you. Thank you, because as you can see, tiredness is making me overthink. Place the filament spur onto the gear. Get the gear in the right place so that I can slide it on. There we go. Rotate to ensure the pulley is moving well. Yeah, that moves. Okay. Get our face plate thing. Place the mini extruder rear on to splat. Make sure the cable is oriented the same way in the picture. Yes, it is. Screw parts together with 3 M3 by 25s. 3 M3 by 25s. So which screw holes are we talking about? We're talking about 1. This is the first test, isn't it? Considering we increase the thickness of this piece. 2, 3. So if we did it correctly, the screws should still reach all the way through and get to the nuts on the other side. If I'd placed the nuts in fully, it would be. So let's push that one back out a little bit. Or is it? It's not quite reaching. So let's take the screw out and do the opposite of a screw pulling technique and do a screw pushing technique. Patent pending. No patents. So let's get one of these M3 by 25s on. And then find a clampy thing and see if we can just encourage it a little bit. Or try and encourage it a little bit. The clamp didn't work. Screw extrusion. Yes. Oh wait, we can use a longer one. I should have taken the spring off. And then did the shim again. Take the spring off, Doug. Use a shim. Put it on. And see if your screw is long enough. It is not with this shim. Find a shorter shim. A shorter shim than that might be this. Or is it just going to fall through? It just falls through. A shorter shim. Shorter shim. What can I use as a shorter shim? Because all I'm trying to do is bulk up this side a bit and then get the screw, pull the screw a bit closer. There we go. Now we can undo this. And there we go. Get that screw out. We get the original one back in place. And return to normalcy. So I'm going to take a guess. You are in the makerspace, Joe? Or are you at home? today. As I get inadvertently grease on my forehead. Great. 1, 2. Can I get you lined up properly? There's number 2. Yep, in the makerspace today, home tomorrow. Nice. But I'm working as usual on PrinterQuest. Finally got all the swamps together. Nice. And it's the obligatory, I still haven't finished printing skirmish. Sorry. Still need to finish it. It will get finished. I promise you. It will get finished. I've just been a little bit distracted. It's not okay because I said I would do it. Just like I said I'd have a drink. Tell you what, orange and pineapple juice. It's good. It's good. Right, what's next? Oh, the lever arm. Lever? Lever? The arm thing. That is a nice, offensive colour combination. I'm down for that. M3 by align. Right, M3 by 25 goes in. There's a nice recess. It does reach the nylock nut, so we are okay. I was playing with setting up a service for making the non-3D printed components so y'all can just 3D print the 3D printed parts, or the rest, however. Don't like the sound of the however. Get this put in. Until the screw head is aligned with the edge of the plastic. There. One extruder assembly. Oh wait, we need the little bit of PTFE, which is currently attached to, for some reason, the filament sensor. And then that goes into... No, wait. Wrong one. Haha. That goes into the hole. The other bit goes on there. Oh, yeah. Right. I'm going to put this in my little tub so that I don't lose it. And then I need to find this flappy thing that I've not yet printed. Attach the flappy thing onto the what's it. So did I miss a screw? Not a screw, a nut. Because there isn't a nut inserted on these pieces. Or does it not use a nut? Oh, it doesn't use a nut. Oh dear. M3 by 25 times 2. Doesn't use a nut, it just threads in. They wanted the rules book submitted as PNG, and that got me thinking. It was the time. Oh, that one attaches to the... Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Okay. He's going to lose that. I'm going to lose a lot of things, Cragord. So there's 3 screws here. 3 screws. 2 of which are used to attach to one of these pieces. I would suspect this one. But we don't necessarily need those screws. So I've screwed myself over a little bit with this piece, the rear. Because now, when we go to attach the flap, the inspection flap, it doesn't attach to anything. It doesn't attach. So, we need to embed a nut into here. Potentially. Or we just get rid of the flap. But let's carry on. Let's carry on for now. We know that's something to look at. We've got something to look at. So let's make a note. Let's make a quick note. We need this one. Right. Zoom in a bit. And then I'm just going to transition that over momentarily. So we have got parts to review. You already lost your mind. Yes, I did. Parts to review. Filament inspection flap. Why? Because it doesn't get screwed into anything. Raj, as I fall over. Hello, Raj. How you doing? So that's a part to review. Okay. Let's go back to it. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, it did. Ha! Nice. Next thing we need is more of the x-axis. More of the x-axis. So that means taking off. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the Prusa parts box, and I'm going to find the right parts bag, because I kept the box, I kept the bag. And I am going to put the screws back in their bags. Now, you may ask, why are you doing that, Doug? Well, Doug, that's a good question, Doug. Because I've lost it. Dreamswood, where are you based? I am in that there United Kingdom. I'm in the UK. YZ axis bag, filament sensor bag, screen bag, bubble wrap, lots of bubble wrap, more bubble wrap, tools, print head, heated bed element things, tools, extruder. There we go. One extruder bag. So for the time being, oh, you're in Essex. Nice. Oh, it's a Rob. So we're at that time of night for you. Yes, the bit where I lose the plot. There you go. Some screws back in a bag because we don't need them. Ooh, and a Reliance. Everyone's turning up. Everyone's turning up. Oh. So you all want to see me have a breakdown in public? Mm. It's not going to happen because I'm drinking. I am in a region of the United Kingdom. There you go. East Midlands area. More bags go back in the box. And then that's going to be in the way. So we've got an issue where the flap doesn't fit, so we've just written that down. And there we go. Let us, at this point, we need to take apart more so the X carriage a bit more. So we need to take off the motor, take off the rods, take off the end cap. So let's figure that out. As a wizard fish sits and watches us. Oh, I hated this bit. This bit sucked. Oh. Oh, no. No. No, I didn't enjoy this one. So here's hoping that my interpretation, or my recreation, if you will. Sorry, that camera's going to shake like mad. What can I use to prop it a bit? To try and prevent the wobble. I know. Let's use the hammer. So get it up to the edge, and that should reduce the wobble a little bit. I say this, and it just wobbles more. No, that made no difference. Everything wobbles. If everything wobbles, then nothing wobbles. I like your thinking. Your thinking is good. Oh. No, I can't do it to you. There you go. You can have that shot instead. Whoop. Move the keyboard out of the way. There you go. It's still wobbling. It's less offensive. Still wobbles, but it's less offensive. Well, I need it to wobble in sync, but yeah. Okay, okay. I'll work on it, Reliance. Don't worry. Come on, screws, get out. There we go, last screw. Out you come. Out, get out. No, I'm not going to use a pair of scissors to undo it. No. Okay. Wizard fish, you're in the way. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. No, wrong Allen key. Okay, let's undo the nulled. The Z-nut. The Z-nut has a drive. It's the, what is it? It's trapezoidal nut. So, we've got a Raj, we've got a Reliance. Somewhere lurking in here is a Herzl. And a Rob. How the dickens are all of you? There we go. One x-axis removed. Oh, wait. This is where things get fun now. Because it's attached. And I did the cable management stuff that they told me to do. I'm guessing you're near Leicester. No. No. Bet he's going to lose the screws. I am not going to lose the screws. You just saw me put the screws back in the box. No, I'm focusing on the x-axis. I'm not focusing on anything else. X-axis. So now we get to undo this. I'm not lurking. Yes, Herzl, you are lurking. How dare you? Is it done yet, Herzl? Is it done yet? Oh, got to undo the X belt. How can I undo the X belt? Because the X belt sucks. It doesn't suck. Or can I wibbly wobbly it? I can wibbly wobbly it. Let's do it that way. Right. I'm sorry, you're going to have to deal with the camera shake. Let's be cheeky and just undo this piece. The end cap for the x-axis that has a proper name that I don't remember the name of. This way, the idler on this side will drop in and then, or not. It won't drop in, will it? At which point I should be able to slide the, yes, slide the NEMA 17 with the pulley on past the belt. Boom. I have a Core 1L coming tomorrow. Can't wait. You know what, Raj? I am jealous. I am, is it jealousy or is it envy? Or is it, what's the correct one? I'm happy for you. I am genuinely happy. Oh, did I screw up the belts? I might have over-tightened that belt, you know, because there's some cracks on it. That's not good. Don't know how well that's going to turn up on camera. Yeah. Go on, focus. No, it's just going to keep hunting. Jealousy is a fear of losing something. Envy, yes. I am envious, not jealous of you, Raj. I envy that you have a Core 1L coming. But at the same time, I'm happy and I hope you enjoy it. Right, can I remove this end cap? Yes, I can. Very nice. And then I can remove the carriage. I don't need to worry about losing any bearings because they are contained inside the housings. Did you have that over-tightened? Potentially, I did have the belt over-tightened. Let's get the end cap. And let's have a look at this to see how we did. Squidge. Yeah, that goes in all right. That went in all right. I'm happy with that. So now we can put the tensioning screws in. I also think most of these kits at the point are something like 8 to 10 years old. No, the Mini came out during the COVID era. So not so much 8 to 10 years old. Maybe 5 at most. I don't need these screws because I didn't use them in mine. So we will find the bag momentarily. Somehow get the nylock nut out. Let's push it through. There we go. Need the nylock nut in a moment. 425. 4 to 5 years, yeah. Thing is, though, I like the Mini. The Mini is a nice little printer. I wish that they could do an update to it of some description, but again, it's that price point that it doesn't necessarily make sense for them to do so. I don't need to recover those square nuts, but they annoy me that they're in there. But I've got other things to worry about, so let's get the nylock nut, put it onto this. Oh, my hands are getting vile. Put it into the square nut hole that I've just covered up with my thumb. And get it lined up correctly. Ken, sorry I'm late. Just returned from the dentist. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Root canal. I've had a few of those, unfortunately. I don't envy you, and I wish you a speedy recovery, Ken. Right. Let's undo these so that we can get the rods out. I also have an index core 1 coming soon. It's not hammer time. It's nearly hammer time. Well, that makes sense, since the stream started at 2:30. Well, that's annoying. Oh. Have I whoopsie-doodled this by not having a clamping force on this end of the rod? I think I've whoopsie-doodled it. How am I supposed to get those out? Other than just, you know, undo them more. Reliance. It's not going to be a case of losing them. It's going to be a case of getting really confused as to which is which. It's going to be a case of getting confused as to the screws because there are so many that are coming out right now. Yes. Joe, the joke's appreciated. The stream did start at 2:30 in your time zone, which was 9:30 British summertime, which is 4:30 US Eastern, which is 3:30 if you're in Texas. I remember that one. It's 10:30 if you are in Central Europe. Central European summertime. Yeah, the joke was extremely regional. You could almost say that the joke was localized. Dad jokes at my expenses. Fitting. I enjoy a good pun. Good. Good. There are plenty of puns. What there aren't plenty of is ways that I can think of to remove these rods that don't involve me potentially chopping my fingers open. No, you didn't appreciate that one, Joe? The localized pun? How? How? Because it's covered in grease. With a piece of kitchen paper. You take the rod out with a piece of kitchen paper. Oh, goodness sake. Right. Right. Okay. Sure. That's fine. Whatever. Oh. Sure. Wrap the rod in a piece of kitchen paper. Pull it out. Sure. Right. Do you know what I should do before I do that? Inspect inside for burrs and crap. And yes, there are burrs and crap in here. There's some burrs in here. Or hit yourself with a hammer. Are you... Hammer time. That was appreciative. Burrs and crap. Check. Yes, there are. Right. 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 Left. Let's do it this way. This is a tolerance issue, not a tolerance issue. This is a I don't calibrate things issue. How big's this one? Don't know. I don't calibrate things. So I'm going to cheat and just get rid of those little bits. Buddy, you got to stop hitting the hammer. It's starting to wear thin. What? There we go. Problem solved. And nobody saw any... Oh, wait. Nobody saw anything. Go on, go on, go on. Go in. Go in. Haha. There's one. Hammer. Hammer. Problem solved. This is a Doug is lazy. This is a Doug is lazy. This Doug is a lazy Doug. No, this Doug is an efficient Doug. And there you go. That's how you build an x-axis. This Dougie, this Dougal is real. This Dougal is also very warm. And, you know, trying to not melt myself. As you can see, the longer I go, the redder I get. Okay. I went silent there. I apologize. Let's get back to building the x-axis in a way that actually makes sense and where I don't get things the wrong way around. So Polymaker new HTPLA Pro can handle temperatures of ASA and ABS now. That is ridiculous. To put it bluntly, that is ridiculous. So we are going this way. This is this is the front. This is the extruder. Did I get my screw hole, my rod holes spacing correct? Yes, I did. Very good, very good. And then we get that on the end. Squish it. There we go. Poke that through there. Poke that in there. Might need to squish it further down. I don't actually know how far into the X carriage we are. Z carriage we are. Can I squeeze it? No. Don't think we're fully in yet, which might be an issue because that might mean our X-axis is a little bit too big. That's fun. That's lots of fun. No, we're nowhere near. As you can see, the belt is here while it's at the end here. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. Right. You, move out of the way a minute. No, you can't move out of the way a minute. We need to undo some more things. Let's take you out of the electronics. You out of the electronics box. Let's just unplug everything that goes to the hot end for a moment. So the extruder wire, the X carriage, the pinder probe, the hot end probe, the hot end power, everything that is in this loom. I'm calling it a loom, this cable sleeve. You out, fan, you come out. Do you happen to have any long woodworking clamps? I've used them before to persuade sticky pieces together. I do not have any long woodworking clamps. What I do have is a connector that is refusing to come out because I'm not pinching it correctly. Ah, fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks. I broke the first piece. It was a matter of time, wasn't it? It was a matter of time. Right. What to do? Because that is irritating. So please excuse me a moment while I go quiet. More so than I already am. That is really inconvenient. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than that's inconvenient. What is going on? I don't recall breaking that connector as I put it into the main board. So why are you a pain in the backside? So that one came out. The bed temperature probe came out without an issue. The hot end temperature probe is not wanting to come out. And if I pull too hard, I'm going to take the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to end up detaching the housing for the hot end off. Let's just move this camera freehand a moment so that I can try and show you what I am referring to. So, one moment, please. I knew it would happen. I knew that one thing was going to break. And it just so happens to be the Molex connector. Indeed, Cragord. Indeed. Right, are we going to focus? So the issue that we've got, that connector does not want to remove. And I'm trying to remove it, and in pulling on it, I pulled on it too hard and ended up detaching the wires themselves. So if I was to, as you can see, I've removed the crimps, and I cannot, for the life of me, figure out a decent way to get this chuffing connector out at this point. Because, you know, everything I do is damaging it. That should not have happened. No, it really shouldn't. And, you know, the heated bed one, which the camera is currently propped against, came out just fine with no issues. Can I find the heated bed one? No, because as I said, the camera's on it. So Prusa have used little, what do you want to call it? I can show you in the build guide. All right, stop zooming. Y bed parts preparation, X carriage, extruder mounting, Y axis finished, spool holder, heat bed assembly. Reward yourself, mounting the heat bed assembly, LCD and electronics. Connecting the electronics. It's as if that bit of the clip broke. They clip in, so you need to release the clip to remove it. I have attempted to release the clip to remove it, but in doing so, the clip just snapped. Now I need to think of a way to get that clip out, and then I'm going to have to recrimp a cable, recrimp some connectors onto it. What have I done wrong here? Well, there's the stream title fulfilled. Yeah, breaking down in public. You know, it's not clickbait. Right, let's remove this connector. And then let's just keep going, shall we? Now, some of you may wonder, would it be easier if I use a dental pick to remove them? Some of you may be wondering if it would make sense to take the main board out. Yes, it probably would. The dental pick would probably bend. So perhaps it's already mangled. Let's just remove the housing. Take out the connectors. Oh wait, you can't see anything anymore. Remove the connectors. And then, hopefully, no. There, it's out. Again, that should not have happened. I don't know why that happened, because I don't think I was being too forceful. The housing itself, the connector housing is fine. The connector housing is fine. I now just need to recrimp. Some, I guess DuPont would do, onto this wire. Okay. And the funny thing is, I just put away my DuPont set. Oh dear. Things that happen on a live stream. Joys, oh joys. Oh, lovely. And I've got grease lubricant on that cable. But hey, Raj, good suggestion though. Good suggestion for the dental pick. Probably. But I would have thought it would have bent. So let's just tidy these wire ends up. And then let's get a DuPont connector. One crimping tool. One DuPont box. We need a 1x2. And some of the connectors. Of all the things to be doing during a PrusABlok stream, crimping DuPont connectors. Was this on anybody's bingo card today? Somebody must have had this on their bingo card. Do we have bingo cards yet? Doop. Ba-doop. You breaking things was on mine. Well, I didn't break your heart. So, you know, oh man. Okay. This bit can go away. Let's just hold it and fatigue it off because there. And because I do things so badly, I'm just going to fold it over, shove it in, pinch it, pinch it loosely in place, or roughly in place, whichever word you want to use. And then just a simple bit of squidge and squidge. Now you may wonder, which one do you use? Which size do we use? I have no idea. I just make this up as I go along. There's one done. The only good thing is, I don't think polarity necessarily matters. Probably does, but am I going to check? No, because it's a DuPont connector without a key on it. So we can just rotate it. It is so warm. I am very much looking forward to winter, where I am going to be freezing in here and you will see my breath, because it's that cold. Oh, this is a fluffy housing. That's not so good. Oh well. Do this one. And then hopefully when we do this one, it'll actually bite in and stay on. Yes, yes it has. I'm ready for winter too. Yep. Winter is my preferred season. I don't have a favourite season, just a preferred one. It's like nobody has a favourite pet. Just one they prefer. So there we go. Sorry that this camera wasn't necessarily viewing it properly, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Right, connector replaced. So now we can figure out, once I unplug the X motor, there we go, one X motor unplugged, and then that's the entire cable for the hot end assembly. Let's move the Prusa Mini out of the way and get back to what we were supposed to be doing 15 minutes ago before things broke. Was that 15 minutes? I hope it wasn't 15 minutes. We only have 3 weeks of winter. The rest is fall. We have, what would you say, Raj? 9 months of winter? 18 days of summer? And then a couple of days of spring, where all of the pollen tries to destroy you, and about half an hour of sunshine, unless we're in a heat wave, and then it's 50 bajillion years of sunshine, and it doesn't leave you alone. How are you supposed to get the square nuts out? Because I need those square nuts. All right, let's get these ones out. Why am I doing it that way? Get the hex nuts out. They're easy enough. Hex nut, hex nut, hex nut. Camera is hunting for focus again. You know how I want to get them out. Yeah, you want to melt them out. I'm already melting, I don't need to. That was an alarm. How can I do this? That's one way of doing it. Do not recommend using a mildly sharp implement pointing towards your hand by any stretch. This is a bad idea. Oh, the first two were a fluke. The first two were definitely a fluke. Or a flamethrower too. Yeah. I don't own a flamethrower. I don't think I can legally own a flamethrower because I don't do anything with agriculture, so... Oh, that's not going to work for that one. That one's properly buried. And it's buried on the other side too, wherever the other side went. Where did the other side go? Did I lose a piece? Did it fall on the floor when I was using the hammer? I think I lost a piece, folks. Because it's not under the keyboard. What? Huh? How do I lose that? How? How? That makes no sense. Oh, it's there. So I've got two of the square nuts out. So that's fine. I can attach the trapezoidal nut. Okay. I think what do I need to do? I need to get the X motor in. Did I leave sufficient space? No, I didn't. I didn't make enough space to just put the Z thing in. Which also means that there's just not enough space in general. Okay. 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 Nope. Nope. Right. We've derped. I say we've derped. I've derped. I've done a derp. I don't know how to go forwards. So the issue is the hole in the Z carriage or the X carriage, the XZ carriage, isn't big enough. It's not big enough. Z carriage parts prep. Assembling the X end. Smooth rods. Mounting the X carriage. So, I've not left a big enough hole for... Yeah, I've not left a big enough hole for the pulley, which is really irritating. There is not enough room. There is not enough depth. So we need to fix that. Let's fix that. Let's go into Tinkercad and fix it. Tinkercad and fix it. So I need a big browser window for Tinkercad. And where is the browser window? MS Edge. And then we full screen. Okay, and transition. So let's fix it. This piece. Nope. Something has stolen my keyboard. It's warm weather, I tell you. So one moment as I just disconnect my keyboard and reconnect my keyboard. And bring the chat back up so that I can see it again. Why is it not focusing? Why are you stuck doing something? What on earth? What are you doing? Apart from being really warm. Right, right. It's not like sticky keys. But I've got sticky keys disabled. Something is holding down like one of the control keys or something on my keyboard and it won't let go. And I don't know what it is or why it's doing it, but it's irritating. Sticky keys are off. Toggle keys are off. Right? So why is it doing search? Why? Windows update. No, it's not a Windows update. I don't know. Things are breaking. This is fun. This is really fun. Okay. Well, I guess I just have to do it the hard way. Ungroup, ungroup, ungroup. Nope, can't use the arrow keys because it's a shift key. No, something is just holding my keyboard hostage. And I don't know what I can do about it. No, no. Whoops. Why are you holding my keyboard hostage? I need my keyboard. Why won't you let it go? Why? Why? I don't get it. Right, one moment. I'm going to grab a different keyboard. In theory, the different keyboard is next to my streaming computer. Now, the tricky question is, can I plug it in without destroying everything? That is the question. As I return, hello, I have a different keyboard. Down I go. Plug it in. Hopefully it works without issue. No, something somewhere is holding down a control key. Something somewhere is holding down the control key and I can't do anything about it. Why? Maybe the missing piece? Maybe. Maybe the missing piece is holding me hostage. Yeah, have a view over there. Don't mind me. I'm just going to unplug this and plug it back in. because maybe it was the wireless receiver for the keyboard being silly. Hmm. Don't have that plugged in, so... Sorry, this is turning into a troubleshooting thing, and I don't necessarily want to be doing that. Because, you know, troubleshooting isn't what everybody wants to do. What's down here? Whoop, that's my computer mouse, not anything else. All I know is I'm warm. How's everybody else getting along? Because, as I said, I don't want to end the stream because we were making progress in the battle with the seam line with Orca again. It's being drunk, the bad kind of drunk. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Because this is the bad drunk. Yeah. Okay. As I said, I don't necessarily want to end the stream here, but technical difficulties are ruining this. The technical difficulties have just taken all of the enjoyment out of here right now. Because I can't. I just can't. Something has taken my keyboard and isn't giving it back. I've removed the battery from the keyboard. That keyboard is now removed from the equation entirely. I now have a different keyboard plugged in. The wireless receiver for the other keyboard is also removed. So shouldn't be having any impact. However, I'm pressing it. It's just not. Did you try to turn it off and on again? I could restart the whole stream. I could. But that's not necessarily going to fix it. And I can't work out what necessarily during the stream has touched everything. Anything else plugged in? No. As I say, the wireless receiver for the keyboard that I normally use is now unplugged. The other thing that I would have thought of being the Razer Nostromo is not plugged in. So there isn't any like other keyboard that could be pushing a control key. So this is Windows. I never did get round to switching this computer. It's a shift key. Something is holding the shift key. What is holding my shift key? Nope. Not that. Is it my shift key? Essentially, Cragord, I am stuck because something has taken control of my keyboard. So I can't tweak or fix yeah, I can't fix the piece because my keyboard's been stolen from me. Now it's the Windows key because now my desktop just minimized. Ugh. This is not fun. Technology isn't fun. Can we burn it? Please? Does the shift key move? Maybe there's a bit of plastic. It's a completely different keyboard. It's a completely different keyboard. Sticky keys. I'm trying to make it fun. Toggle keys are off. Filter keys are off. You know? Everything that I can think of that would be holding a separate key is off. If I bring back Edge, Edge plus face, Edge plus face transition, window capture, that one transition. Okay. Move the arrow keys. Normally, to move a block up and down, you're holding the control key. I'm not holding the control key right now. So, you know, I'm not holding the control keys, as you can see. Oop, hang on. And this block doesn't move left and right. It will only go up and down. And in Tinkercad, that's holding one of the control keys, and I'm not doing that. So something's taken... Oh wait, I didn't actually transition. Right, try again. The block will not go left and right. It'll only go up and down. And I'm not holding either of these control keys, and sticky keys are disabled. So I am stuck. Hi, Josh. Thank you. Technical difficulties. Who loves them? Told it I can't use my keyboard. How to reset it while using a keyboard. Ask for instructions on how to do so with a mouse. Yo, the printer block is real. Yes, Ace, it's real. But I can't use my keyboard to fix a block. I need to fix a block and I can't do it. And now it's been like a solid 15 minutes trying to fix this. Ah. Sounds like I joined at a good time. Yeah, you did. You joined at a time where I'm losing my mind. What can I do? What can I do? Both shift, both control. If I press the what can I do? S. No. Losing? Present tense? No, it's already gone. I had my brain yesterday. I don't remember where I put it. Okay. So I've determined it's not the shift key that is stuck. Control, shift, escape combination working. If I press shift and escape by themselves, they're fine. Wait a minute. Maybe it's just stuck within Tinkercad. Nope. It's not stuck just within Tinkercad. So it's a control key that's stuck. Because if I'm right, control plus D drops you to the desktop. Open Notepad. Okay. Notepad. Try typing in there. Well. This, and then this. There you go. So, as you can see, I'm not holding control at all. But if I press back, oh wait, it's not going to delete the whole thing. Not pressing shift, not pressing control. Right. So why in Edge does it do that? Why in Edge does it do it? Edge is acting as if I've got a control key pressed. Does Chrome do the same? Yes, Chrome also does the same. Task Manager. Well, it's not a program, as it also sticks here. Yes. Can I restart the Explorer process without killing everything? Because if I can restart Explorer, I should be good. Windows Explorer, restart. Type Quera. Q, W, E, R, T, Y. So Control A is working now. So let's find out. Let's go back to Edge, go back to Tinkercad, go back to the PrusABlok, and then let's transition this back to Edge. Edge, transition, transition. No, it is still holding, something is still holding control somewhere. Control should trigger select all if control is sticky. Well, I'm having to hold Control A. So if I'm not holding control, but in here, it's fine. Well, I say in here as if you can see Notepad again. Let's bring back Notepad so you can see. There you go, there's Notepad. Oh wait, it's in the way. There's Notepad. So if control was stuck, that would open the save dialog, and it doesn't. But you know, some form of Chromium process. Sticky keys isn't active. It's not active. And I've closed and reopened Edge. I've restarted the Explorer process. The only thing I've not done is restart the Chrome process. Edge. End task. Edge is completely gone now. So let's have a think. I don't want to restart Chrome because it might kill the live stream. I don't think it should. Nah, something's still got it. Okay. Genuine question. If I restart my computer, would y'all still be sticking around in the 3 minutes that it takes to reboot? Or will you run away? Because there's still 8 of you here, which is absolutely nuts that 8 of you are sitting and troubleshooting with me right now, which is greatly appreciated. It won't make a different stream because it's the same stream key. How much are you paying me? I will send you, dear Cragord, some British chocolate. But when my computer crashed before, it came back with the same stream. Because I don't have the enable auto stop checked. Restart the computer without shutting down OBS. Yeah. Oh, I should have held out for British chocolate. Crash is different. Well, I'll force a crash then, Ace. I'll just hit the power switch. Okay? I'll hit the power switch. I'll give it a headache. Yeah? Right. Who's going to start a timer? Anyone going to start a timer? God, this is exciting, isn't it? Oh, the drama. Will he come back in time? There's 10 of you now? 7? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Oh. 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 Maybe. Is it back? Is it back? Who knows? Nobody knows. I will talk to myself. Ah! Hello! Ah! What did you do that for? You scared the life out of me. Bunch of crazy people. Bunch of crazy people. Whew. Crazy. Hello. So there's a professor that came back. Has anybody else come back? Oh, it's gone to top chat, not live chat. Well then. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. There's 1 concurrent viewer. So maybe it did start a new stream. Maybe Ace was right. Maybe Ace was right. Run! Oh, Reliance is here. Okay, cool. Cool. Reliance is back. Should not be. Refresh, maybe? Oh, no, same stream, same window, nothing changed. And Reliance didn't refresh and the stream just came back. Okay, 6 of you back. Ha ha! Brilliant! Brilliant. Right. Okay, let me just load up Tinkercad. And let's see if it does the thing that I want it to do and give me my control key back. Let's find out. Can I move left and right? Yay! I can fix the thing now. Telling you. The dramas. Absolute dramas. Absolute pain in the rear end. I don't know. Dream is tired, end stream now. No. No. I will fix this hole, and then we'll call it, because, you know, Josh, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. It was everyone who's here that didn't actually like the live stream. It's their fault. We'll blame them. Everyone who hasn't liked, it's your fault. Yeah, try harder, Josh. Right. So I need to make something that will fit this. So, where's the stock one? Stock one is here. It has got a big hole. All right. In that case, let's do what I've been doing for the rest of it. Let us just use it as a template because we know it works. Drop. Center it. Likes need to be earned. I did earn your like. I earned your viewership, did I not? No, that way. Then we go up a little bit, across a little bit, shrink it a little bit. Up one, down one. Why am I using a square for this? Oh well. Shrink it back to about halfway through. Or does it go further than that? All right, and then let's just duplicate this for good measure because I need it. That, and then we will do intersection. Nope, not an intersection. Did it the wrong way. This one needs to be a hole. That works. Now then, what am I going to do with this? Good question. I'm going to move it somewhere and accidentally lose it. I need to find a new space to work out of. Focus here. Let's rotate, drop it to the floor, and then we can chop off that top section because we don't need it. So let's chop it off. And that way, we can figure out roughly how big this hole is. But first, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. Okie doke. So that's just 4 corners that are left over. So we know that we need a circle that is 28 by 28. But that's a lot of work to find that out. Focus on here, ungroup it, and then we can stretch it to be 28 by 28. Or, better yet, we could do 29 by 29. But was it that hole that was the issue? No, it was the central hole that was the issue. So let's make that one bigger too. Let's go to... Well, how wide is that pulley? Where are my calipers? Get the calipers. That's on 0. That pulley is 14 basically. How big did I just make that? I just made that 20. And I accidentally hit the back button. Where did it go? There it is. Focus on that. And bring that back to here. Make sure that they align properly on the central hole. So horizontal, vertical. Bring them out to the same depth as the holes themselves. 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Oh, I derped. I've done a silly. I've done very much a silly. I didn't pay attention to where it bloomin' well was. So I need to ungroup it from here, duplicate it, and then throw it over there. What I need to do is get the right how to say it? How? What I need is to structure a sentence where everything makes sense. What am I trying to do right now? I am trying to get this ZX carriage piece to be correct, to be correctly aligned. How do I ensure that they are correctly aligned? That is a good question. I am going to make some points of reference. So that's grouped onto there, which means if I take the motor face holes, make them solid and move them out of the way, I should be able to align the connectors with other connectors. Is it going to be perfect? Let's find out. Let us find out together by placing the connector's face on that face, except it didn't do it. They look like they line up. The connector holes look like they line up. That looks good enough to me, which means I can move that over there, out the way. We can now ungroup those, turn these back into holes a moment, because we need them as holes. At which point, we've got our cutout. We can now align it in the middle once again. And then we can use the one that we've just been messing around with as point of reference and align it centrally. Now we can take our motor face hole, central that, and then drop it into the workpiece. And there we go. We have just recovered that with a bigger hole. Yeah, that works. That works quite nicely. The only thing I do need to do is make sure that the hole actually reaches the core where the belt path is. So shove it backwards and extend this into the middle. That is 2.88, and the face of a motor is 2.4, so let's just make it a nice round 3. Not 3.88, Doug, just 3. And drop it back on there. There we go. Bring you back. Now we can group this back up. And nobody would be any the wiser that we messed up. Problem solved, I believe. I mean, I think it's solved. We've got a big enough hole now for the pulley to go through. It's not solved because it's not vertically aligned. Gosh darn it. Now it is. Now it's problem solved. Group. Yeah? Yeah? Makes sense? Seem reasonable? I think it seems reasonable. Did I miss anything? Did I mess anything up? because I don't think I've messed anything up. But hey, you know me, I'm wrong. All right, let's export it once again, and then I can reslice that and get that sent to print. Can we progress any further physically with this build right now? What could I build to make up for the nonsense that occurred? What do we think? What are we thinking, everybody? PrusABlok skirmish. I haven't got it all printed. I've told you this. I haven't got everything printed, so I can't. I want to, but I physically can't because I haven't got it all. No thoughts, head empty. Mine too. Do you know what you can do to fill your head? Have a drink. That'll fill your head. Boom. Dang it. I somehow rewinded the stream. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay, so you're answering a question that I asked earlier. Yes, cheers, Ace. I know what I'm going to do. Peak people's speakers. I am going to build the y-axis because that's nice and easy. We can do that. We can build the y-axis, and we could even build the z-axis. In fact, that seems like a good idea. We could build the y and the z right now. There we go, another piece. There's the motor block, potentially. There's the idler for the y carriage. Let's check. What do we need for the y-axis? What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? We need the two Y faceplates, which we've got. We need the wide Y idlers, as I'm calling them. And we need when I find it, the two small Y idlers. And then we need 1, 2, 3 1x2s. 1, 2, 3 1x2s, which are here. 2 1x4s, which are here. 2 half blocks, which are here. And then a fourth 1x2, which is here. So let's do that. Let's do that. We can do that. I need to reposition it. Not that one. If I shrink edge in over here, it will then be the right size. There we go. Slightly better. Haha. Right. Let's build the y-axis. So we need 2 Ys. I call them Y, and why not? Thank you, thank you. I'll be here on Tuesday. And we need a small assortment of connectors. Why? Are you rejoining, Rob, or have you been here the whole time? Because, you know, if you've just rejoined, you've missed all the fun. Something stole my control key and wouldn't give it back. And I don't know what it was, but I had to restart my whole computer. I tried to restart Explorer. I tried exiting out of Edge and everything to see if it was just application specific. Not just part of your computer. I don't know. Just something was holding it hostage and just wouldn't let go. So, I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Either way, it was very irritating and it took 20 minutes. So let's get all of these connectors put into here. And once again, I need to say thank you to Zura for having printed out a bunch of connectors for me in PETG that I picked up during Smurf. No, I had no control, Rob. I lost control. Honestly, I do love this connector thing. It is great. Right, so now we need a 1x2, a 1x2. I don't want orange next to orange. A 1x2. We need a 1x2. A half block. Sorry, this camera is shaking like mad. We then need, we then need to find my tub with GigantoBlok connectors in, because this is where things get fun. GigantoBlok add an extra bit of rigidity. Just a bit. And then it makes it a proper pain in the backside to unplug. To take apart. So if I make a mistake, well, that's just part of the fun. But it's PrusABlok, so you can take it apart and put it back together in any way you like. No, I am not counting how many connectors this takes. Sorry. So that then goes to a 1x4 GigantoBlok. And then, you drop things as you're building. You don't necessarily need to put a connector in every single hole, but it does help sometimes. Counting connectors is for the poor dummy who has to type the manual. No. No. Because why? If you're making something out of PrusABlok, if you make things out of PrusABlok, you're going to have more connectors than you need anyway. So why wouldn't you just print, I don't know, 15 plates of connectors? Or just 9 plates of connectors? Especially if you do them, tell them to print sequentially. You know, you get, what is it, 16 connectors at a time, and then should a plate fail, it's only that singular plate that's failed, and you just do filament ends. Right, so 1x4. Let's go pink 1x4. And then, ah, that sucks. I don't have enough colours. I can't do that. I've got colours touching colours. Ah! I don't want colours touching colours. Same colour touching same colour, sorry. I'm going to have to... do I have another half block? I don't have another half block. No. No. Aww. That sucks. So boring. No one wants the same colour to touch the same colour. Especially at this small of a build. If it's a giant build, like a table, it's not so bad. But a big reprint? Yes. Yes, reprint. I'll do it in yellow. No. Is it? It's in the rules. Not allowed. It's not in the rules. It's not in the rules. But it is in the rules to have fun. And if I say that, you know, same colour touching same colour ruins the fun, surely that counts, right? Surely that means that it's breaking the rules to have them touching. Because that's 3 things of the same colour touching now. No, it's not there. Same colour touching same colour is not in the rules. It's permitted. What are you? Get out of there. Oh. Oh. That's the go to bed Doug lights. But you know what I say? No. I say no. I'm building the y-axis, then I'm going to bed. Oh, okay. Well, Joe, thank you for joining. Genuinely, thank you. If I'll probably speak to you at some point, and maybe I'll get reminded to actually print Skirmish. Hopefully. Have a nice evening. It's kind of funny that you're saying that you've got to go just as my lights dim. Did you turn them off? Oh, wait. I don't need that connector there. So it has 2 instances of the same colour touching the same colour. And it's more egregious. Because it's such a big block of green right there. Alright, so it's that way around. Which means I can't do the screen thing yet because I have to attach it. Or, well, put the nut in first and then I can attach it. The Z block goes that way around. There is no big connector there because it wouldn't fit without interfering with the rod hole. So we can put that on. Right. Then we get, which ones is it? We get the wide rod holders on the Z side. So what we do here is we cause ourselves pain by trying to be clever and levering them on. What I mean by levering the Y-rod holder on is, let me just take this piece off, is putting it, improper building technique, but it's trying to get the connectors for two faces that are 90 degrees off from each other. So trying to get the connectors to get in there. It's kind of tricky, kind of a pain in the backside. Totally doable. Like that. And now that's really on there. It did break a connector in the process, but it's properly on there now. So, cursed building technique, perhaps? And then we just do it again on the rear. In fact, let's try it slightly differently. Let's put the connectors on, wow, you can't see that, on the Y side. And let's see how much it behaves that way around. So we get it on there. And then it's just a case of encouraging it. So we can't encourage it that way, or can we? No. So that broke the connector. So now let's try this way once again. Why am I leaning? No, I think it's easier if they're on the piece that you're trying to lever into place. So let's do that. Put the connectors onto the Y, the wide rod holder. Throw your connectors on the floor. Standard instruction, that one. 3 connectors per chapter do need to end up on the floor. It's part of the rules. I didn't make it up. So let's go there, force it into place. There we go. There. So that's 2 of the wide rod holders. And at this point, it's a case of this rod holder, the small one, so that's 2 in, and the round side towards the middle, towards the outside. I do worry about how secure these ones are going to be. But that's fine. We can figure it out. We can figure it out. So there's that, there's that. Get the front holder on. Okay. And now, how much of the Z can we build? Grab. Whoops. Switching out a blue for an orange because too much same colours touching each other. Is there a, yes there is a Gigantoblock connector on the Z block bottom specifically. Oops. I didn't just break it. Don't know what you're talking about. But it's PrusABlok. You just rebuild it. It's fine. There's no issues. All you need to do is make sure you put things the right way around. Which, that is not it. That is it. So that goes onto there. That goes back onto there. So we are probably going to need a plate here to join the Z more strongly onto. Or is it the job of the electronics box? Because I do need, yeah, we need to print out some more half blocks to go around. That's fine. That's fine. More half blocks are fine. Not an issue. Okay. More of the Z-axis. You'll notice how quickly this printer goes together at this point. Or you will have noticed how quickly the printer's going together. Or should I say the printer frame is going together. And it does amuse me, to be honest. That's a 1x3. I'm going to substitute a blue 1x3 for a green 1x3. Or do I? Actually, let's do it this way. That's a motor holder. Whoops. So I've printed 2 motor holders. Okay. Let's take this one from here. Yoink. Steal you. Put you back. Steal you. Put you back in there. And you. And you. Put this blue one down here. Put this pink one here. Get this blue block. One, 2, 3, 4 more connectors. Bit of that. And then 4 more connectors in a PrusABlok connector. 1, 2, 3, 4. PrusABlok connector. Motor holder block. So this is the bit that's been pointed out. You can see that there is no rigidity here on this outside edge, but that's where the rods come in. So the Z-axis rods will add that rigidity back. Which is part of the fun. At which point, the Y idler goes somewhere here. The Y motor block goes somewhere here. Or, no, this is the wrong one. The right one is green. Because I accidentally mirrored it. I think. Yeah. So the Y motor block goes here. And in theory, there should be no interference from the Y carriage. In theory. What can I do right now? I could take apart the Y carriage, or I can leave it on a cliffhanger. I can leave you on a cliffhanger. In theory. What do you mean in theory? In theory, leave you on a cliffhanger? Because, you know. See, this is fun. Cliff theory. I don't want to hang from a cliff on a printer block. Go to bed. Yes, I know. I know. I should go to bed. Y'all should have lunch. Or your evening meal. Or breakfast, if it's a breakfast stream for you. Because, you know, the tea time stream. Whoops, wrong account? What do you mean, wrong account? Actually go to bed. Am I coming across as that tired? Or am I just coming across as that warm? Because I am warm. Right account. Left account. So we have to do, no, you'll hang up the stream and rabbit hole whatever you're thinking about. Yes, because whatever I'm thinking about is some half blocks and reprinting the X carriage block that I can't find right now. But yes, that's the things that I need to print. The X carriage is probably going to be in a nice red. No, it's going to be in blue. The X carriage is going to be in blue along with 2 half blocks, and then in red is going to be some half blocks. Because too many similar colors next to each other. It's throwing me off. For a bit, yeah. Right. Do you know what? You're probably right. So, rest while you're ahead. Exactly. We're at a good point. We've got, you know, the frame. What more do you need? Some panels, to be fair. Does it actually still fit on my shelf? Yes, it does. It still fits on the shelf. It'll be right at home. Be right at home, Doug framed. And then it just falls apart. It definitely needs some support panels. But that's fine, because we can still print. I can print some of those too. Some nice 2x8. Some 2x8 panels. Some half blocks and the new carriage. Don't we all need a little support rails? Some of us do. I'll admit, yeah. From time to time. That's why we outsource. That's why I outsource to you. If you liked the video, there is a like button. If you don't like the video, then share it with a friend. Share this video with someone that you want to torture. Because they too deserve to hear a Brit complain and be confused for some 20 minutes as to why their keyboard isn't working properly. If you want some different fun, there's a couple of links in the description one of which goes to a website that's absolutely terrible, and the other one goes to 3D Jake, where you can buy things if you need them. And I get a little bit of affiliate revenue. And that way, I can buy more coffee. Because coffee is at 3D Jake. Right. Thank you for wasting your time with me. Have a good evening. That seems far too succinct. Far, far, far too succinct. I feel like I've missed like 20 different things. Did I miss anything? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Bye. Oh, geez. The title for this one is far too relevant. Like, that title screen is far too relevant. Oh, now 7 people are watching. Oh, never mind. Good night.